Igwe, I salute you. Our Eze NDIGBO in Israel. Igwe Okey Ikemba Ojukwu, but whether our Igwe the chop onion or na garlic the chop, make you use his mouth introduce himself. Igwe, I beg, introduce yourself to the audience.
My name is His Royal Highness Igwe Okey Ikemba Ojukwu, the crowned head of the Igbo community in Israel. Eze NDIGBO, Eze Okey Ikemba by title. Well, I've been in Israel for, let me say, approximately 28 years.
28 years.
Yeah, it's been long. Wow. It depends on which axis you want us to go. Are we going to talk about the political development in Israel, or the societal development, or the way that the nation continues to evolve?
Okay, let me ask this. 25 or 20 years ago that you've been here, was there a black community as many as we are right now in Israel?
No. When we came here, there are segments of black communities from Africa. Let me say African community here. There are people from Ghana, people from Ivory Coast, South Africa, from West Africa and other places. Of course, you have the Ethiopians. But between then and now there is an increase in our population here. And then talking from my own community, like the Nigerian community, we are much more. Then we are not many. But now, in 2024, you can talk about different Igbo communities here. Apart from the umbrella Igbo community in Israel, there are other segments and integral part of Igbo communities, like you have states even, they have their associations. Even we have some local government associations here, talking about within the Nigerian context.
Wow.
So we have grown. So if you look at even me, when I came here alone, but now 25 years later, I have my wife and my children, so you can see. So you can see, exponentially we are growing.
Yeah. Tell us back then, how did the Israel, I'm not going to talk about the government, I'll talk about the people as at that time there were not too much blacks. So how were you treated at that time? How did you feel that time when you come?
Well, then Israelis they are very friendly people. They are very friendly. It's not like in a segment of like between 0 and 100, or you can say that they are not accommodating. The Israelis are very, very accommodating people, very friendly. It doesn't mean that there are no like some incidences of people that might, act like they're racist or something. You still have them. There are some people that, more especially if you go in certain areas that are not used to knowing African people, some of them might be, but generally, Israelis are very friendly people. As you can see, I'm married to one of them, so if they're not friendly, my Lola is an Israeli, so she loved me so much to the extent that I decided to marry her. So that is an extension of the accommodating nature of Israel as a nation. They've been very kind to us.
They are.
So
how long have you been on throne as Igwe? And how did it happen?
Wow. Well, when I came here in 1997. 1997. Then they have Igbo community here. Then they call them Igbo family meeting. as you know, we Igbos, wherever we go, it's part of our cultural heritage. We always look to become part of our brothers. So when I came, I learned, I asked, and they told me that they have Igbo meeting. Then they call them Igbo family.
It's a special event taking place here today in the heart of Tel Aviv. The Igbo community, known as Igbo National Congress, is marking 1 year of the coronation of the Igwe. Also, the Iriji or Iwaji festival in Israel here by the Igbo community is taking place.
Meeting. Then they called them Igbo family meeting. So I became a member. So we're attending our meetings once in a month. Then if there is any problem, you know, people will rally around and help. Then as we continue to increase, then people started having weddings. Then after wedding, people have their own outdooring, you know, having children. And then our community started developing, as you can see. So we have parties, wedding parties, outdooring parties, and sometimes a funeral, you know.
Have there been any time you look back and say, regret being an Igbo? I want to ask you because I want to know. I want to answer that question first.
You know, there is the last question you asked me when. You know, the society, our society keep on developing. I was a member, you know, in 2000 and I think in 2000 and was it 2002 or so, I was elected the president of the Igbo community. So I was the president, and then at the end of my term, I was again returned. So I served as president for close to 16 years.
Wow.
So at every election, they returned me unopposed. So at a point in 2015, I said that I have served enough, that we have so many talented young people that can actually, you know, oversee the affairs of the community and inject new blood in whatever. Because when things stays the same, sometimes it doesn't augur well for development. So I said I cannot continue. So they said, okay. The community said, you have served us this long and so well that we will still like you to be in a capacity to continue to serve the community. That was when the community, you know, developed the idea of Eze NDIGBO. We never had something like that before. So they unanimously chose me. I was overwhelmed because when I was doing everything I was doing, serving the community, doing whatever I can, I wasn't even thinking in that direction. Never. So when they unanimously chose me, I was coronated in 2016. And since then, it's not easy. You know, our people, we're having our own challenges, you know, within the community. Just like in every family, sometimes there are, you know, issues, and we keep on settling them. I have the Igbo communities to maintain the president and the executives. Then I have my cabinet of elders. Majority of people that have stayed long like me, that have families also here in Israel that are Igbos. So my cabinet, our jobs are defined. So the community, the president and the executives, they run the affairs of the community. So I'm like the custodian of tradition. If there is anything, they cannot deal with it on their own level, they normally refer it to us. I sit down with my cabinet and then we resolve.
Okay.
And so far, and then we resolve.
Okay.
And so far, we thank God.
How have been issues between husband and wife?
Yes. Wow, of course.
So
many of them, so many. You know, in every family there are disputes. more especially here is not we are sojourners in this land. And then we made part of in our constitution, if there is any dispute between brothers, it is better we settle it between ourselves instead of involving the police. And then any act of violence, like people fighting, according to the way our constitution is, if people fight, if it becomes violent, of course we have to involve the police so that nobody will kill anybody. But within families, husband and wives, of course, maybe the husband will complain or the wife will complain, and then we will invite them and we will sit down and then we dialogue. Now, most of the times you find out that the issues between husband and wife is just miscommunication and nothing more.
I know to become a leader is like carrying heavy load on your head. I know you may have been facing some difficulty. Sometimes it's time for you to rest. They are inviting you from one program to another. How have you been coping?
It's not been easy. It's not been easy, you know. We are working here, and then almost all the weekends it's very, very difficult. But what can we do? We still have to make sure that the community stays together. And then when we attend events, it gives the people a sense of belonging as one people. It's not been easy, but we are trying. Continue doing what we can do.
Yes,
within the entire Nigerian community, like there are certain cases that when people go to the embassy will tell them, you have an Igwe, why don't you talk to Igwe first? So if he cannot resolve it, then it's something so not just the Igbos, people from some other ethnic group, because within the Nigerian community context, we are together. Even in the Nigerian Association, almost all of us are there. So sometimes when conflict comes, they come here. And we sit down, like I said, it's about dialogue. When two people cannot listen to themselves, you can provide them a platform where this person will, okay, let us listen to him, let him speak. So when we're having that dialogue, both of them will begin to understand where they are, misunderstanding themselves. Then they will begin to understand why this person did what he did, or why he even said what he said, which he misunderstood. So that is how most of the conflict, you resolve them by the two people understanding where they are coming from. So we thank God that most of the cases that came here, we resolved them amicably.
Igwe, you are the leader. And as a leader, you are like a father to each and everybody. Even people will pass you for age, you still be father to them. That's why you're sitting on that position. I want you to give advice to some of us that are here, how to behave themselves. I don't know how to put the question. You get some people where they misbehave when they come this country. Meanwhile, we are here for a greener pasture.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, they begin to paint us like saying that all of us, they do bad things. So which advice do you have to those kind of people?
In every 12, there is always a Judas, according to the Christian theology. So there are some of our brothers, not all. And let me underline this position. Nigerians here in Israel have been one of the most law-abiding people that came here. Why am I saying that? The number of us, if you look at the number of Nigerians maybe languishing in prison, You cannot find Nigerians or Igbos here in prison for big crimes, apart from maybe immigration offenses. So I'm giving our people a lot of kudos for that. And then one of the things that we all know, Israel is a law-abiding place, and then their security is top-notch. If you are doing anything that is illegal, if they want to get you, it's just like in split second. When it comes to surveillance and communication and insecurity, we know who they are. This is Israel. So we always advise our people, here there is job. If you're strong, you can work in so many areas. This is the only country that you can come without any prior skills, without even knowing the language, without having qualifications, but you can fix yourself in some jobs and you'll be making close to $1,000 every month. This is the only country where it's happening, because we have people all over the world, people in Europe and in the United States and other places. Israel remains the only place where you will come. If you discipline yourself, you can find work and you can save at least $1,000 at the end of the month. This is fact. So we're advising our people, just get yourself away from any get-rich-quick whatever, or trying to engage in some contraband that most of the people are doing in so many places. Here in Israel, there is no room for that. And here, there are still some who might come in from other countries and see, maybe we can do this. Majority of them, the moment they go into such line of business, they don't go far. Before you know it, the security of the place will simply pin you down, and you know what will be the outcome. So we always advise our people, if you're here, be law-abiding, do your work. By the grace of God, you'll be saving enough to help yourself and to help the people we left back home. Just like you said, we are here for greener pastures.
So this brings me to the other question that I want to ask. I beg, which advice would you give our people when we say they want to make $10,000 in a month?
It's very, very simple. Our people used to say that body no be wood. The body is a very, very intelligent organism. We know that. And then the 24 hours in the day is divided into 3. 8. You have 8 hours of work. You have 8 hours of rest. And another 8 hours of to do whatever you have to do for yourself. So when people, out of greediness, because you can make more if you work more, and decided to destroy yourself. So eventually when people overwork themselves, the body becomes very, very weak. They don't have enough rest, and majority of them don't even have medical insurance. When they are not feeling good, they don't even go to do their routine checkup, to check their body, to know how they are faring. They keep on working and working, sleeping like 3 hours a day, and again, they don't even eat good food. They believe in saving all the money, looking at how much they are making at the end of the month, or now that looking at the exchange in Nigeria, when they send money, everything is going in millions. So majority of them overwork themselves. At the end of the day, the body is an intelligent organism. It will simply give up. Person will go to sleep, he will not wake up. We have cases of people here who overwork themselves to a point. They were buying lands, building shops over there in Nigeria, doing this. At the end of the day, sorry to say, just like you mentioned it, none of them even live to enjoy that money. The Igbos will always say that so we understood that when we came here, that do your normal work, rest, sleep. If you're having your normal 5 hours or 7 hours sleep, and then you eat good, you refresh yourself, you recreate. There is no way you can go to sleep and didn't wake up. And then going for your medicals, checking your blood pressures, your cholesterol and all those things. And here in Israel, most of it doesn't really cost much. To have a medical insurance, it doesn't really cost much. How much are you even paying for that? But the people who ignored to do that, they always do that at their own risk. So my best advice is work hard and play hard. Work and play. Don't just work and overwork yourself. Money not the finish.
Yeah, money not the finish.
Not the finish.
Yeah, thank you, Igwe. I appreciate that you give me the room to enter your house today and have this interview. We are coming gradually to the end of this interview now. Igwe, where are you from? Which part of Igbo are you from?
I'm from Anambra State.
Okay.
Specifically from Alo, in the Idemili South Local Government, in Anambra State.
So I want you to use this opportunity to greet. Oh, you get somebody who I go make you. That's your entourage man where they make this thing. Now my man, oh.
You mean my own?
Yeah, oh no. I mean, help me greet her.
That was him, yeah. Well,
Igbo kwenu. Igbo mwenu. Igbo kwezwenu. Because
we went yesterday.
Yeah, now my man. This is Onowu here. Now my man.
And one of my cabinet chief.
Yeah. So, Igwe, you know, say, anytime when they call you occasion, these people, they make my head swell. When I see them, they follow you. Sometimes they're difficult to even come closer to you. Say, you know, I really appreciate that. So, if you want to greet one or two people, then you are free to do so.
Well, I have to greet my entire community, and to do that, I have to do that in an Igbo language.
Yes, do it, sir.
Igbo ekene munu, Igbo ndị nwe m na ndị nwe. Ana m ekene Solomon TV. Sị ka ha bịa na benta ka ha kparịta ụka. Ana m ekene ndị ji ọfọ n'isi Onowu aja na egede. Na-ekene Ugwumba gburugburu. Na-ekene President General Igbo Community Oke Akwadike. Na-ekene Ikenga ndị Igbo. Na-ekene Dr. Michael Eze nwa na-etili Igbo. Na-ekene ndị ichie m niile na-asụ unu na wee na-agwakwa ụmụ Igbo nọ n'Israel na mgbe na-eteghị anya na aga m agba ọfala m nke nọ. Ọ na-afọ abịa na 15 Septemba na Ọktoba ka anyị na-akwalite asụ na omenala anyị bụ Igbo maka na Igbo epugo epu n'Israel. Anyị abụghịzi ndị bịara ebe anyị sozi wee nwere ọnọdụ maka na ụmụaka ndị anyị mụtagasịrị ebe enwego ndị gasịrị Miami nwee ndị nụbagoro dị enwego ụmụaka ndị anyị mụtara ebe a mụtakwara nwa n'obodo ya na ndị Igbo n'Israel anyị epugo mehie anyị abụghịzi ndị bịara abịa. So ana m ekene unu na-agọrọ unu ọfọ na-asị n'iru ka unu ya na-aga ọfọ na-agọrọ unu oge ọbụla bụ na unu ga na-akasị na njọ nọ n'iru unu ga na-anọ n'azụ njọ nọ n'azụ na-anọ n'iru njọ nọ n'iru na ọ na-azụ. Igbo bụ Igbo na-adị ka ikuku maka ikuku adịrị ama n'ọnya. Ekene m unu ọzọkwa na-asị Solomon nọ na be m daalụ sọ.
Thank you, Igwe. Greet my Lord now.
Lolo, thank you very much.
Now dress you. Tell them say I dress you up.
I never dress him now. She's in charge of the wardrobe. Not only that she's in charge of the wardrobe. Without her, there is no me. Let me put it this way. She's the love of my life and the rock of the Ikemba tribe. Because I'm Eze Okey Ikemba Ojukwu. So Lolo Eze, the crown Lolo Eze, Canada. Daalụ sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.